Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Today we are in another class of science in the preparation for PST, JEST and HST and ECT, Early Childhood Teacher. So we have class 4 science and we have the chapter that we are continuing, chapter number 9, electricity and magnetism. Some of the points of this chapter were in our previous lecture and some we'll discuss now. So the natural magnets are also called permanent magnets. Those which are the natural magnets which are taken from the mountains or naturally, these are also called the permanent magnets. Why? Because these are forever magnets. These do not lose their magnetism. And then artificial magnets, which we also learned that these are the electromagnets. These artificial magnets are also called the temporary magnets because these are for a short period of time. When there is the power of electricity in them, they are magnets, but when the power goes, so they are no more magnets. The end of a magnet is called magnetic pole. The last part of a magnet is called a magnetic pole. For example, we have a magnet over here. This portion of the magnet is called the south pole and north pole. This part is known as the end of a magnet is called magnetic pole. This is called the magnetic pole. This one as well, magnetic pole, MP. The property of a magnet to attract things is called magnetism. The property or the quality of the magnet, that how much can it attract the things or attract iron or magnetic things, that is called the magnetism of that magnet. Now we will move towards our chapter number 10th and the last chapter of class 4, that is movements of the earth, how the earth moves. There are basically two types of movements of earth. One is revolution and the other is rotation. Rotation and revolution that we are going to discuss in this chapter. The earth rotates from west to east. The earth rotates in two ways. First, that the earth rotates around the sun. It goes around the sun, and the other it goes like this. So when the earth moves in this way, so it moves from west to east. From west it comes and it moves towards east. West to east. Then the next one is the rotation of earth on its axis is called its axial rotation. The rotation of earth on its axis is called axial rotation. For example, we already know that if this is the sun, this is the center of our universe, sun. Then there are orbits. First orbit, second orbit, and third orbit. The third orbit is of our earth. This is of Mercury, Mercury, Venus, and this is our earth. So we'll know that this earth is moving in this way also, and this earth is moving by itself also, like this is moving by itself also in this way. Sun is comparatively so much larger. In the diagram we'll just because we are understanding, so it seems like the sun is equal to the earth, but it's not so. Sun is 313 times larger than the earth. So this is called the axial rotation when it is moving on its axis. Rotation of earth causes day and night. When the earth is rotating, it is causing day and night. Now this is the sun, and sun is emitting light. The light is going from here where the earth is receiving light, that will be the day, and here the light is not reaching from this position, so it will not be the day over here, it will be night over here. In this way, when this part will move towards this side, so it will be night over here and here it will be day. It means that the part of the earth which is receiving light, that will be day, and the part of the earth which is opposite from the sun, from this direction, there will be night, because that part is not receiving the light of the sun. So rotation of earth causes day and night. When it is rotating here, it is rotating over here, it is causing day and night. Then we will move towards the next point. Earth is revolving around the sun, it is called revolution. This is revolution. This was rotation, like it was moving over here, this is called rotation. When it is moving on its own place, and then When it is moving in this direction, for example, so this is called the revolution. Revolution. Rotation of Earth causes day and night. Earth is revolving around the sun. It is called revolution. Now this is moving from here to here. This is called the revolution. The revolution of Earth causes summer and winter. Because this Earth is moving in this direction, so it causes the summer and winter. Means the change of the seasons is because the Earth is moving here. When it will be near to the sun, it will be summer. When it will be away from the sun, it will be winter. 136. The Earth is tilted at an angle of 23.5 degrees. The Earth is tilted, means it is a little moved like down. It is a little tilted at the 23.5 degrees. The Earth's axis is an imaginary line. Now, I have drawn these lines. These can be called the axis of it. This can be called the axis of it. This can be called the orbit of it. The orbit and the axis of the Earth are imaginary lines. These are not the actual lines but imaginary only. We only say that this is the orbit just for making the people understand. Actually, there is no such line which we can see. It is just our imagination that we imagine that this thing also exists, just for making ourselves understand. It does not exist as a physical thing. 21 June is the longest day in the northern hemisphere. There are two hemispheres of the Earth. This is the Earth and it is divided into two hemispheres. The southern hemisphere and the other one is northern hemisphere. And the seasons are also divided accordingly. Northern hemisphere, two hemisphere of the Earth. So 21 June is the longest day in the northern hemisphere and 22 December is the shortest day in the northern hemisphere. We live in the northern hemisphere where 21 June is the longest day of the year and 22 December is the shortest day in the year in the northern hemisphere. So today we discussed chapter number 9, some remaining points, electricity and magnetism, and chapter number 10, movements of the Earth. I hope you understood what these are. Thank you so much.